Hi there. We are coming back on a video here today. We have gotten a lot of new subscribers in the last week, which has been amazing. So thank you for everyone watching our reels. We do videos as well. So
we just haven't been on in a little while.
It's been a little while, so we're going to do a quick reading update, and then we're also going to talk about some of the books we got recently that we're excited about. We've gotten a ton of books recently. I mean, it's been amazing. I think June was probably one of our best months for getting books. We've gotten a lot of new books. We each picked 3 that we're excited about. We're excited about all of them, but 3 that we're very excited about. So
we've gotten book mail from people who have just loved on us since my cancer diagnosis in April. So if you are new here, hence the bald head going on here. Not that people don't choose to just do this anyway. I mean, man, it's actually kind of nice, I'll be honest, with summertime. But yeah, lots of life stuff has happened since April, so which is, again, why we haven't been on here quite as consistently. But we've gotten books sent to our doorstep, which is so kind. And we treated ourselves to a bunch of books in June. Like Corey said, we celebrated 10 years of marriage, so we got a book for every year that we've been married.
10 books, we had to.
So that was really fun shopping spree. We continue to partner with Aardvark Book Club. If you've been here for a while, you've heard us talk about them a lot. But we partner with them, so we actually each get to like pick out all the books every month if we want, or we can like each fill a box. So they have 6 choices every single month, and you can only add up to 3 books in your box, but we can collectively between the 2 of us get all of them.
It's been awesome
if we want, or we can go back and get books from previous months. So that's been amazing. So somehow, some way, we have accumulated a lot of books, like Corey said. So we're excited to show you.
Yeah.
3,
before we start,
3
though,
each.
before we start, why don't you comment below what you are currently reading? Maybe a book you're currently reading, or maybe a book that you got recently.
Yes, either way.
Let's share the love. So why don't we jump into what we're reading right now?
Yes, we'll do that first.
Yes.
We'll save the exciting books that we've picked up for later, so you can watch the whole thing. But yeah, I can start.
Yeah, start up.
Since I just finished a book the other night, so I will review this one on Instagram and TikTok. If you follow us there, I don't know for sure if I'll do like a full-blown review of it on here. If that's something you guys are interested in, by the way, we could kind of get back to that. Like, I know we kind of went away from that a little while there with doing like official reviews of books. We just kind of do like quick updates on them. But yes, I finished Good Material by Dolly Alderton the other night when the fireworks were keeping me awake. And I'm currently on a steroid that kind of messes with my sleep too sometimes. So I was like, all right, I guess I'm finishing this. And we are discussing this at my in-person book club on Friday. So I'm really excited to hear what everybody else thought of it. I don't know if anyone else has finished it yet, or they at least haven't told me. I did a combination of physically reading it and listening to it on audio, which was really fun because it was British narrators. So that's kind of fun. I was saying that to him throughout my reading experience, that I was like, oh, I love like British terms. Some of them are kind of weird, honestly, but like, you know, because we're just not used to them. Yeah. For certain words, like they say something different. But yeah, it was overall a great reading experience. I would definitely recommend this one. So this is my most recent finished read.
Very cool.
Yes.
So I have been currently reading this book here. It's called Bat Eater and Other Names for Corazine. It's kind of a long title, but this book's really good. You can see my bookmark. I am almost to the finish line on this book. I probably won't finish it tonight. I had aspirations to finish it tonight, but it's not going to happen. But maybe. But very
needed
soon.
Some more daytime reading, I think.
Yeah. So this book's really good. It's got a lot going for it. I mean, it's honestly very, very heartbreaking, but it also has humor. It's got horror. There's hungry ghosts. It's got friendship, family. But a lot of people who've read this book have really enjoyed it. The content is a little dark. It takes place during the pandemic in New York City. And it kind of looks at just how horribly Asian people were treated during the pandemic, especially in New York City. But I kind of ended at a very pivotal point in the book, so I'm very excited to see how the last 50 pages or so end. So I'll talk more about it once I finish it, but definitely this is what I got from Aardvark Book Club. I don't think it's available anymore with them, unfortunately, but if you could find this book, give it a chance. I think it's very, very, very good.
Yeah, that'll be one that I don't put off for too long. I'm really intrigued by it, and have continued to hear excellent things, and that would be nice to be able to discuss with Corey too.
Yeah, that'd be good.
We like to be able to do that every once in a while. We have some books that maybe we're not mutually interested in reading, but I feel like we do have pretty similar taste sometimes, at least. So I do want to read that one. And then speaking of kind of heavy content when it comes to books, I decided to read The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. I feel like I'm somewhat behind on this book. I mean, I have run into people who have also not read it or putting it off intentionally, which I feel like I kind of was, because of the content. I grabbed it from the library. I am over the halfway mark now, and I'll finish it. I would be ambitious to say I would finish it tonight, but who's to say? Like I said,
Maybe.
I'm on a steroid that is very unpredictable, and if I can offset that and make myself sleepy, then I wouldn't stay up as late. But also I kind of have to take some breaks from it mentally too, because of the content matter. But I do think it's a really important, relevant book to read right now. But then also keeping it light with a couple Kindle reads when I do need a break. So I'm reading The Story of My Life by Lucy Score and Finders Keepers by Sarah Adler. I was like, I wanted to make sure I got it right. I was going to open it up and double check. But two rom-coms. Story of My Life is kind of like, it's like small town vibes, like Schitt's Creek a little esque, which I love that show. And Sarah Adler is a delight. I loved her book Happy Medium that she came out with last year. I'm gonna want this book physically for sure, because I have another one of her books that I just got recently too. But yeah, reading it on my Kindle right now, and it's very funny. It's like, I just feel like, Happy Medium, when I read that book last year, it was like laugh out loud funny, and I've already chuckled quite a few times with this one too, so I'm excited to get further into that.
Very cool. So once I finish the book I'm reading, I'm going to start this book here by John Marrs, The One. So I just read my first John Marrs book last month. I thought it was very, very good. Everyone said I should read this one next. So that's what I'm going to do. I mean, what I love about his books, they're such short chapters, and the chapters are like, it's just like cliffhanger.
You want to keep reading.
I mean, so I am very excited. I actually picked up 2 more of his books recently too, so I'm kind of getting a little collection going. I have a feeling he's going to be an author I'm going to really enjoy, just based on what I've already read.
I have one on my Kindle by him actually too, that
so
maybe we'll want.
But I know,
at some point.
I also know this is a TV show as well, so that's kind of cool. I just read the premise. I mean, it sounds crazy. It sounds amazing, but I love his little 3-4 page chapters. It's perfect. So that'll be my next book. I am trying to just read one book at a time. I was starting to get like 2-3 books at a time,
like me,
and it was working, but I'm trying just for now, just to do one book at a time. I'm sure I will break it eventually, but it's a lot easier for me to stick to one, because I think I had like 4 going at one point recently, and
it doesn't work.
It's very difficult. It's very difficult. I think 2 would be manageable if they're very different. But I'm gonna read that one. Then I'm gonna read this one, and we'll see what happens. I may start a new one, but this is my next read. If you've read it, let me know.
I'm
very, very excited for that one.
I gotta get into him too, because I don't think it probably matters which book I start with, honestly, but I feel like Nicole, maybe if you're watching this, our friend Nicole said that like there are certain ones though that it does make sense to like read them in a certain order or something like that. She's a big John Marrs
because they're similar characters.
Like crossover characters and stuff. But I still don't know if it's like 100% necessary. But and then I wanted to mention, I was telling him it's hard when I don't have something to like physically show, but I started an audiobook just yesterday, I think, and I'm already over the 50% mark on that one. It's very good. It's called The Correspondent, and now I'm blinking on who it's by. It's Virginia. I can't think of her last name, so I apologize. But you may have seen it around. I think it released pretty recently. And yeah, got to make a solo trip to Target today and got to listen to it, and that was
dream.
amazing. So yeah, I'm always listening to something on audio, so I throw that into the mix too. So yeah, I'm the crazy person that is reading multiple things at a time. And then I want to talk about a couple books that I'm going to start soon, but I'm definitely going to finish The Handmaid's Tale
first
before I allow myself to start anything else.
Smart.
So I am doing that. But
That
I
one's
think
due
then
soon.
my next my next one will be Junie by Erin Crosby Eckstein. This is from Aardvark. I don't know if this one is still available or not. I didn't look before I came on here. But stunning cover. I mean, come on. Like, how beautiful is this? I've had this one on the shelf for long enough now. I really, really want to read it. I feel like it'd be like a perfect summertime read too. I'm just taking a guess that it actually I do think it takes place in the summer. It says like right here in the front. Summer 1860. So yeah, I have heard mostly good things about this book. So that'll be my next Aardvark read. And then I want to keep going with my reread of the original Hunger Games books. So it's been a little bit since I finished the Hunger Games, and then I need to move on to Catching Fire. And then I'm going to make Corey watch the movie with me. So we're going to do that because he's like, you've never read the Hunger Games books.
No.
And he's like, and that's fine. He doesn't need to. But he has watched, you've seen all the movies though, right?
The original ones,
Yeah, the original, yeah. You still haven't watched the snow one, and then of course the newest one will be coming not till next year. But yeah, after I read the newest book, I was like, I gotta go back and reread these because it had been so long. So I'm gonna start Catching Fire soon enough, but would have to I have to like finish. I am making myself finish like yet another book before I would start that one. So I'm disciplining myself at least a little bit, not quite as much as what you're doing right now. But
that's fine.
That's actually pretty good for me.
That's fine. All right, so that's what we're currently reading. We're going to be starting soon, and we're going to go ahead and show from all the books we've gotten recently, some that we're kind of excited about.
Maybe more excited than others?
Well, I don't know. Maybe we'll read first out of those bunch. So the first one for me is one that we got on our 10-year anniversary trip. And
we went to two different places.
So it's actually funny. I think I added it to my Goodreads account like the day before.
It's
And
meant to be.
then I saw it there. So I'm like, I think it's a sign. It's this book here, Tell Me What You Did by Carter Wilson. So yeah, this is a little bigger of a book.
Is it short chapters at least?
Like shortish.
Maybe.
The one thing that does scare me with this book is the font's very, very small. I know you can't really see it that well, but kind of a small font. She gets people to confess their crimes for a living. He knows she's hiding a terrible secret. It's time for the truth to come out. So, I don't know, it sounds like a very interesting premise. I've seen mixed reviews of it, but I think this will be a book that I will enjoy.
Sounds good.
Yeah, the perfect book for readers who love their thrillers, gripping and utterly original. So,
Nice. It's got a very enticing cover.
Yes, the font is small, but the margins are big.
There you go.
So
Maybe it'll work
it's
out.
very workable. So if you read this one, let me know your thoughts. But yeah, this is one I'm kind of looking forward to.
Sooner rather than later, maybe.
Soon.
Soon is a relative term.
We always talk about soon. It could be tomorrow. It could be in a year.
Yeah.
Or two.
I will say, I will not wait a year or two for this book because it just is. It's screaming to me just with like how beautiful it is. I feel like this has to be the prettiest book I've purchased in a very long time.
Or ever.
Or maybe ever. This is called The Sirens by Amelia Hart. I have not read Wayward by her, but that's been on my TBR for a long time too, so I'm gonna probably want to go back and read that one. So maybe you're familiar more with that one, but this is her newest book. I mean, come on. And then just wait till you see the sprayed edges. Like, how...
This
nice.
is
Insanely gorgeous.
And it weighs like...
It's a hefty...
It's very heavy.
It is a hefty book. This like gives me like Little Mermaid vibes for sure. And I'm obsessed with The Little Mermaid. So I feel like I had to have this book. And I actually really didn't know much about it. I don't do that very often. I'm not really a cover buy person most of the time. Like I feel like I'm very intentional with my book purchases.
Yes.
But this one I was like, I'm getting this. I told them when we walked into Barnes and Noble that I'm like, this is definitely one of the books I'm getting, 100%. Because when I saw it, I needed to have it. But yeah, I mean, and I have read the description. It does look like it'll be a good book. But I am 1,000 obsessed, or like 1,000% obsessed with how it looks. So let me know if you've read it, and if it's just as beautiful on the inside as it is on the outside. I certainly hope so.
I would imagine.
But yeah, I feel like this will be a summertime read for me. I don't know. It just, yeah, I don't think I'll put it off for super long.
Yeah.
So that's one of mine.
All right, next for me is a book by Stephen King. I actually read my first Stephen King book last October. I read Misery, which was a very enjoyable read. I won't have a big enough sample size on him yet to know my thoughts, but I'm going to read another one this October.
There you go.
And I told myself this will be the one I read. Someone did purchase it for us from our Amazon wish list, which was really cool. It is Pet Sematary. I have a feeling this one's going to be very terrifying. I don't know. Something about it I think will actually probably unsettle me enough. Misery was very creepy, but I think this one will be more terrifying for me. So this will be my next. I'll probably read it this October. You know,
I gotta
I'm
catch
trying
up
to
with
think
you.
of
I
like
haven't read anything by
reading
him
one
yet,
of his
so.
books every October. And we've gotten a few of his books recently. We've gotten Carrie.
I think I'm gonna
We've
read
gotten
Carrie
Billy
first.
Summers.
This will be a quicker.
So we're starting to pick up his books as we
Read.
find them, but this was the one I told myself last year after I read Misery that I'll read this one this October. So this will be my second book. I'm sure people have read this one. I know a lot of people
Yeah,
have.
we're very late to the game with.
I know,
Stephen
we're
King.
kinda
Not
just
that-
getting into
Not that
him.
everybody is a fan, but I know like there's some
Yeah.
super fans out there. So
So-
I'd definitely like to give him a try.
Yeah,
Doesn't
this-
mean I'm going to fall madly in love with his books, but not everybody does.
But yeah.
But I still have to say like that I've read like, one Stephen King book. So I think for me it won't. I mean, I probably would read that one, but I think my first one, which we don't have over here, would be Carrie. I was like flipping through it and I'm like, oh my gosh, the font is like huge and it's not a very long
It should be
book.
quick.
I could probably read it in like 2 sittings easily. So that might be a good like summertime horror book for me. And I'm familiar with the story. I did see the movie ages ago, so I know I did it backwards, but like I'm still interested to read the book because I am a big proponent for that. The book is almost always better. I can't say it always is because I do have a couple exceptions, but I can pretty much count those on like one hand for certain movie or TV adaptations that they've done of books. But then not my last. I guess this is a second book for me.
Another pretty book.
It's a theme here, but this book is gorgeous as well. The Poppy Fields by Nikki Erlich. Is how you say her last name. So maybe another book that would ring a bell with you is The Measure. She came out with that one. I don't know how many years ago that was. Maybe 2 years now. And we did do The Measure for my in-person book club, and that created some really good discussion. It wasn't my favorite book ever, but I think I gave it 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. It had such an interesting concept.
We still talk about it.
Exactly.
Quite a bit.
I feel like
The
when
concept.
you continue to talk about a book that you read a while ago, I feel like that's a book. I mean, it stuck with me, obviously. And yeah, like I feel like if I were reading that book now, it might be a little harder for me with like my current season. But I mean, I can still talk about it without it bothering me too much. But just that. So if you're not familiar, it's like you get like these threads like sent to you like on your doorstep, basically, I think is how it is, and you basically find out like how long your string, they say string, how long your string is, and that basically like indicates like how much life you have left to live, but like you don't know how you're going to die. I don't think that's revealed or anything like that. It has been a little while since I've read it, but like the concept is like it comes down to if you had a choice, would you want to know? Like, would you want to see how short your string might be or how long it is? Or, like, because some people, like, deliberately, like, chose not to even open their box because they're like, I don't want to know, So it's just, it creates really good discussion. So if you've not read that book and you need one for a book club, that would be great. But I've heard that this one is very, very different, but still has, like, kind of a, like, it's very deep. It has, like, kind of some hard stuff in it, too, but this is what if there were a cure for the brokenhearted. I think I might have read the description to you recently. I'll just read a tiny bit. A high concept speculative novel about heartache, hope, and human resilience. The Poppy Fields explores the path of grief and healing, a journey at once profoundly universal and unique to every person, posing the questions: how do we heal in the wake of great loss, and how far are we willing to go in order to be healed? It has like some like aspects of The Wizard of Oz in it, but I've been told and I've seen reviews that like don't get your hopes up that it's gonna be like super similar, because I think people were doing that. So it's like I think she clearly was inspired by the story of The Wizard of Oz, but and then look at this without the jacket on it.
Could you show the page?
I'm doing that right now. Look at this.
Oh.
Like how pretty is this? Oh my word. These end papers. So again, this is a book that I just want to I want to start reading it because it's just so gorgeous. Like it's just beautiful.
You were
so yeah, I have heard some mixed reviews on it, but I think it's because people had like weird expectations with it, and so I'm glad that I'm going in kind of seeing some of these earlier reviews, saying like, don't think it's going to be this like magical retelling of The Wizard of Oz. I think she was definitely like inspired by it, but either way, it looks very good, and it looks like it's actually kind of like a slightly shorter book. I remember the measure wasn't super long either, so I feel like this will be one that I again don't put off for too long, because I'm really intrigued by it.
All right, last but not least is a twofer.
Yeah,
this is one that we both selected. I think this is one we'll both read pretty soon.
Maybe we'll be taking turns with that one, quite possibly.
Yeah, it is
Dual bookmarks.
Aftertaste by Daria Lavelle. So this book, I don't know, I think I'm very intrigued by it from the food aspect, but also as a ghostly aspect. What if you could have one last meal with someone you lost? But and this is a signed copy, which is pretty cool.
I've chatted with her a little bit in direct messages on Instagram too. She is delightful.
A hauntingly evocative journey through the realms of pain, pleasure, and the power of food. I can honestly say I've not seen a bad review of this book.
Yeah,
from what I have seen.
It looks excellent.
I think a lot of people are really enjoying it. Yeah, it seems you could read pretty quick. It's not super long, but yeah, I don't know.
That's one that we both. That we're gonna start pretty soon.
I'm very excited about this book. We just got this one in the mail fairly recently.
Yeah, I got it through Jordy's Book Club. If you follow him on Instagram, so I don't. Because of course we have a little bit of a book buying, I don't want to call it a problem. I don't think it's a problem. No. But hobby. Because we, need to manage it a little bit here and there, I decided to control myself and not get his book every month. So he does have like his own monthly subscription. But I was like, okay, we do Aardvark, we get books other ways. Maybe I'm gonna dial it down a little. So I subscribe to him, but get it quarterly or something like that, right?
Bi-monthly.
So I'll get his
every other
something
month.
Like that.
I think it's every other month.
I don't know. But anyway, I'm not getting one every single month, but this was like I think the June pick.
Yeah.
And he recommends really good books. I mean, I read a lot of the books that he does really early reviews of, and I trust his judgment and his I feel like I have a lot of the same taste, in
taste, aftertaste.
I didn't mean to do that.
I'm drawn to books that have any food aspect in it.
But Jordy has raved about this book like crazy.
And a lot of people have. I think it's a winner. If you read it, let us know. But yeah, that's what we got for you today. It's if you're still watching this, thank you very much for still watching. We appreciate it. We will start doing these videos more often
as we can.
Just kind of doing a brief update of what's going on with our reading, and
we love that you come along with us.
Thanks for coming on the wild ride. Make sure to comment what you're reading. We want to hear, and the comments help.
Yes.
Come on, this is YouTube.
Yes, and then hit that like button, right? If you didn't say that already.
Yeah, and you're already subscribed, so you don't gotta bother. Just if you're
tell
not,
others to subscribe.
If you're not,
that helps.
Sneak that in there too. That'd be great. But thank you for watching.